Disney has truly outdid themselves, because now this new Snow White is the villain.
Weird, weird.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning back in. I'm back with another video, another controversial video, and this is about the controversy surrounding the new live action Snow White that's going to come out next year. Mind you, this was supposed to come out earlier this year, but it got so much backlash because the lead actress they got to play Snow White, Rachel Zegler, intended on telling the media how much she hated, absolutely hated, the original animated movie.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird, weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
You're a dummy, bitch.
She got so much backlash from these interviews and press releases that Disney postponed the whole entire movie for next year. The movie been done. And like in those clips I just showed, she just had this attitude that was really pompous, really pretentious, and really like, you know, that made her come across as unlikable. And a lot of people wasn't feeling her. Now, she could be one of the nicest people in her real life or whatever, but it's like, when you're doing a press conference, you're doing interviews, you're promoting a movie, out of the thousands of women that probably auditioned for that role, probably wanted the role of Snow White, you got it. Now you going around saying how much you hated the original movie?
That doesn't make no sense.
You know, it's one thing to talk about it with your friends, like, oh yeah, you know, I did this movie, I did that Snow White movie, yeah, I don't really even like the original, but you know, whatever, you know, I got my check, la la la. And then it's another thing to talk to the press. Not to say you gotta be fake, I love Snow White, but you gotta be smart.
You're a dummy, bitch.
Not to mention, it also came out that she had to do reshoots, dancing around, probably on a blue or green screen by herself with CGI dwarfs, because there was this whole outrage and backlash of the 7 dwarfs in the movie. Peter Dinklage, who's popular from like the Game of Thrones, and he's one of the most popular little people that act, right? He had this whole social media rant about it. So Disney had to do some reshoots, and they decided to swap the opportunity of giving 7 little people who could act in these roles with CGI. Now looking back at it, it makes it seem like maybe Peter Dinklage just wanted to be one of the only popular people in Hollywood that was like of little stature, because it's like, this would have been a perfect opportunity. How many roles in Hollywood calls for a little person? Because let's be real, they don't get that many opportunities. A lot of scripts, a lot of producers, a lot of, you know, they want people of like an average height. Every now and then they get opportunities. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, perfect opportunity for 7 roles for little people. But now you want to go on this whole social media outrage, it just canceled it for them.
Oh my God.
But looking at the trailer that just recently came out for Snow White, maybe he helped them dodge a bullet. Speaking of the trailer, there's just so much to unpack. And there was just an overuse of CGI that I'm sure most of us are just getting tired of. The CGI forest, the CGI animals, the CGI dwarfs. Like honestly, it looked like a PlayStation game.
Goodbye.
What?
My last video was just about the overuse of 3D and CGI in these Disney movies. And the dwarfs, they just looked uncanny. Now, with the way Snow White looked in the trailer, a lot of people had something to say about her.
Fix that bag. Fix that face.
And it didn't help that they gave her the Lord Farquaad DreamWorks special. It even had people saying, why would the queen be jealous of her?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Now, to me, was she the best casting choice looks-wise? No, I'm pretty sure they could have got somebody that had a better resemblance or had a better embodiment of the character. But okay, she don't really look like her. Now, at least make sure that her essence comes through. Whether it's a leak clip or whether it's a trailer, make sure that her essence comes through. And it didn't. They decided to give Snow White this type of girl boss attitude after she's the one that broke into the Seven Dwarfs cottage while they were literally minding their business. There was even a clip that leaked showing the vast difference in their attitudes and personas.
Now you wash the dishes.
Now you wash the dishes.
You tidy up the room.
You tidy up the room.
You clean the fireplace.
You clean those cobwebs.
And I'll use the broom.
And he'll use the broom.
The original cartoon shows Snow White thinking that little children live there, so she decides to help them tidy it up. Even when she discovers that it was dwarfs, she still helps them.
Must be 7 little children. I know. We'll clean the house and surprise them.
But this clip, Snow White is giving them the attitude of, I run this now. Y'all here to please me. Clean that up. Pick that up. Swoop that up. She's basically a squatter that the Seven Dwarfs are not going to be able to get rid of. Snow White here is the villain now, and the actress did not give her a good look at all in the press.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true.
Oh, okay, so being the leader means breaking into a cottage, treating the occupants like peasants, forcing them to clean, and making them do things to satisfy your comfort and aesthetic?
Could somebody please make it make sense?
I don't know, maybe eating a poison apple is the wake-up call that this Snow White needs. Or not. Because in the original movie, you were rooting for Snow White. You know, you wanted her to escape. You wanted the dwarfs to keep her safe. You know, you just wanted her to have a good life after everything she went through. But now with this one, you feel bad for the Seven Dwarfs. And you're like, damn, she's real, like, taking over. Like, okay, now I'm moving in. These are the new rules. Clean this up, blah, 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 la, la, la. Okay, but then they try to make it like in that nice Snow White voice, but it doesn't translate as well. Even in the little trailer, even in that little leak clip, the essence of Snow White just doesn't translate well. And based off the interviews of her being a leader and da 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 da, it's like, y'all trying to diverge too much from the original content, the original movie, the original script, what everybody fell in love with almost 100 years ago. You're gonna do a remake of your own material and then you're gonna fuck it up?
I don't understand. I swear to God, I don't understand.
You already got all the CGI. The actress is acting
Weird.
Disney, for y'all to have spent over $300 million on this, it's not looking good.
Down like that, okay?
So with that being said, what do y'all think about all these controversies with the new Snow White live action movie that didn't even come out yet, but that was supposed to come out earlier this year? All the backlash from the actress and her press tours, to the Seven Dwarfs controversy, to all the CGI, to just the leaked clips that just make people be like, huh? What do y'all think about this new Snow White movie coming out? Would y'all even want to see a new live action Snow White? Or do you just believe like, okay, that's a movie that didn't need a remake, just leave the original alone? Now, am I like the biggest Snow White fan? No, but I've watched it here and there. Actually, when I first got Disney Plus a few years ago, I was looking at like a lot of the old Mickey Mouse shorts, and when it came to those movies, the Disney classic movies, I don't know, Snow White just popped up first, and I was like, you know what, I haven't really seen this in a while. Let me look at it, and I was like, oh, I enjoyed it for what it was. But for y'all to do a remake of this classic, this was like our first classic movie, the first Disney princess movie. This is like historical, right? And for y'all to do this remake all this time later, have all this controversy in it, choose the actress that y'all did, it's just like, do y'all want this to be successful? Because one thing that also helps with a movie and a promotion is when people like the cast. When they go on these interviews, you see all the different YouTube clips and, you know, like little fun things they do as a cast, and you be like, wow, okay, that cast gets along well. It makes you want to see the movie even more. But with this, no, this was not the right formula at all. One thing I did like though from the trailer is the little song, The Whistle While You Work. I'm like, okay, one thing with Disney is they do know how to make catchy songs. I feel like that's like a catchy song already. But that's about it.
So, whistle while you work.
Please, guys, let me know what y'all think down below. I know y'all gonna have a lot to say. This is a huge discussion, and I want to know what y'all think. Are y'all excited to see it? Did the trailer make you not excited? Would you even want to see a live action Snow White? What do you think about all the controversies with the actress, with the CGI, with the 7 dwarfs? And from those clips, do you get the essence of the original Snow White? Let's talk about it down below. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching and listening. I'll see y'all in the next video.
Weird.